Look up at the night sky. What do you see? You see hundreds, maybe thousands of shining stars. They are bright, they are beautiful, but do you remember any single one of them? No, you don't. You look at them for a second, and then you forget. They all look the same. But suddenly, a streak of light cuts through the darkness. A shooting star moves across the sky. Instantly, your eyes lock onto it. You point your finger, call your friends, and say, "Look, did you see that?" Why did you notice that single star out of thousands? Because it was different. It was doing something no other star was doing. This story takes place at a large, busy university. Thousands of students walked through its gates every single morning. Among them was a young boy named Rohan. Rohan was not lazy. In fact, he was one of the most hard-working students in his entire class. He woke up at 5 a.m. every day. He attended every lecture, made neat notes, and studied late into the night. When exam results came out, Rohan always got high marks. On paper, he was successful. But deep inside his heart, Rohan felt completely invisible. Nobody recognized him. Teachers rarely knew his name. Fellow students treated him like just another face in the crowded hallways. He realized that even though he worked twice as hard, he was standing in the exact same place as everyone else. One evening, Rohan sat alone, feeling broken. "I am doing everything right," he whispered to himself. "I get good grades, I follow all the rules, and I work tirelessly. Why am I still so ordinary? Why does nobody notice me?" That afternoon, Rohan was sitting under a large oak tree on campus. He buried his face in his hands, feeling deeply tired and defeated. An old gardener was walking by. He was a wise old man who had watched thousands of students come and go over 40 years. He noticed Rohan's sad face and heavy shoulders. He walked over and sat gently beside him. "Young man," the old man said with a calm, warm voice, "you carry a heavy heart today. What is troubling you?" Rohan looked up. He poured his heart out. He told the old man about his sleepless nights, his top marks, his hard work, and his painful feeling of being invisible in the crowd. The old man listened patiently without interrupting. When Rohan finished, the old man smiled gently. "I understand," said the old man. "Words cannot teach this lesson today. Meet me right here under this tree tonight at 9 p.m. I want to show you something." At 9 p.m., the campus was quiet and dark. Rohan returned to the tree, where the old man was already waiting. Without saying a word, the old man pointed to the grass. They both lay back on the cool ground, staring up at the vast, clear night sky. The sky was filled with thousands of twinkling stars. They lay there in complete silence for 20 minutes. Neither of them spoke a single word. They just stared at the motionless sky. Then, suddenly, zip! A brilliant shooting star raced across the darkness, leaving a trail of bright light before disappearing into the night. "Look!" Rohan shouted, sitting up quickly and pointing at the sky. "Did you see that? That was amazing. Look how bright it was, how fast it moved." The old man smiled softly and looked into Rohan's excited eyes. "Tell me, my boy," the old man asked gently. "We have been lying here for 20 minutes. There are thousands of stars above us right now. Why didn't you point at any of them? Why didn't we talk about even one of those 1,000 stars?" Rohan paused. He looked back up at the sky, thinking carefully. Because all those other stars were just sitting there," Rohan replied slowly. "They looked the same every night. But that shooting star was moving. It did something different. It stood out." The old man nodded warmly and stood up beside Rohan. "Exactly," said the old man. "You have been doing what everyone else is doing. You study the same books, give the same answers, and walk the same path as thousands of other students. That is why you feel ordinary. Following the crowd will only make you part of the crowd, no matter how hard you run. He placed a warm hand on Rohan's shoulder. If you want to be noticed, you do not need to work harder at doing what everyone else does. You need to do something different. Create something of your own. Think differently. Build your own unique skills and express your true voice. When you dare to be different, the world will naturally look at you. The core lesson: don't just be a star sitting in the sky. Be the moving star that lights up the dark.